Hey, it is really great to see you. You're looking so much better. I know it's been a tough road, so I thought it would be helpful to just take a few minutes and walk through everything your body's been fighting, from when you first felt sick all the way to where you are right now. You have done an absolutely incredible job fighting off a pretty serious infection. And now that you're really on the mend, I find it helps a lot to understand exactly what your body went through. It's such an important part of moving forward. And more importantly, keeping yourself healthy. So let's retrace these steps together. All right, so first things first, let's start with the illness itself. We've thrown that word pneumonia around a lot, but let's break down what it actually means. At its very core, pneumonia is simply an infection deep inside your lungs. It specifically targets these tiny, delicate air sacs called alveoli. The best way to think of them is like millions of tiny balloons that are supposed to pass oxygen into your bloodstream. But when they get infected and all inflamed, well, it suddenly becomes much, much harder to breathe. And that's exactly why you felt so unwell. You probably remember this part all too well, huh? Pneumonia usually shows up with this mix of symptoms. You get the respiratory stuff, like that cough and feeling so short of breath, and then you get the systemic symptoms, which is just our way of saying you feel sick all over. The fever, the total exhaustion. What you went through was a textbook case. So what causes this whole thing? Well, it can be triggered by a few different germs, but as you can see, bacteria and viruses are by far the most common culprits. A bacteria we see all the time is called Streptococcus pneumonia. But even something we all know, like the flu virus, can sometimes unfortunately progress and lead to pneumonia. So knowing what could be the cause is one thing, but the next and really the most crucial step was for us to figure out exactly what was happening inside your body. And that brings us to how we actually diagnosed you. We took a really methodical, step-by-step approach to figure this out. It all started with the single most important step, listening to you, hearing you describe your symptoms, and then doing a physical exam. From there, the chest x-ray gave us our first real look inside your lungs. And finally, some specific lab tests helped us zero in on the exact germ we were fighting. This is where the real detective work happened. By looking at different samples, we searched for specific clues. For instance, with a sputum culture, that's a mucus sample, we can actually grow the specific bacteria in the lab. A urine test can spot these little proteins that are shed by those bacteria. And that nose swab, which is a super sensitive test we call a NOT, can find the genetic material of a virus. Finding these clues is what allows us to tailor the treatment perfectly to you. Identifying the problem is half the battle, right? The other half, and really the most important part, was getting you on that road to recovery. Now, treatment for pneumonia isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. It really depends on how sick a person is. For milder cases, we can often manage it at home with just some pills. But for more severe pneumonia, like you had, hospitalization is absolutely necessary. It lets us use stronger IV medications and, if we need to, provide extra support for your breathing to give your body a real chance to fight back. With your treatment, we had very clear goals from the start. We wanted to get you on the right therapy as quickly as possible, provide your body with any support it needed, and then get you back on oral medications as soon as it was safe. The whole point is always a short but effective treatment. And you know what? Together, we did it. Okay, so we've looked at the what, the why, and the how of your illness. Now let's look forward and talk about the best part, how to keep you healthy and prevent this from ever happening again. Your best defense is a strong offense. And when it comes to pneumonia, that means vaccination. The pneumococcal vaccine, getting that annual flu shot, and staying up to date on your COVID-19 vaccine, those are the 3 pillars of prevention. They are incredibly effective at protecting your lungs. You have done the really hard work of recovering, and now you have the knowledge to protect yourself going forward. So I just want you to think about this as you head home today. What is one proactive step you're going to take to prioritize and protect your lung health from now on? Your health is in your hands, and we are always, always here to support you every step of the way.